Hi, travelers. Tara here, Hidden Lotus Tarot, and I'm coming to you today with a open reading for the upcoming energies into the next week to 2 weeks of the Uranus retrograde. Today is the first day that Uranus has gone into. It may have stationed retrograde. I think it's already gone into retrograde. It is one of the big outer planets, therefore it moves very, very slowly. It will take it some time to completely slow down. I was on the phone earlier today with Christelle Martinet, and we were discussing the kind of a strange vibe around this time right now. It's kind of like you're either waiting to exhale or you're waiting to inhale. And so I have with me the Prisma Visions Tarot. And for those of you who have been contacting me, asking me about the deck, what I will do is I will put the link to James Eads' website in the description box so you can go over and take a look. He's an artist and he tightly controls his work, which I completely agree with. And you can't just go on Amazon and buy his deck. He has his own site set up for the deck. He's got other artwork there. I did hear from him, and I told him that I was very pleased to be able to bring his artwork and his deck to a wider audience. So if you guys decide to purchase, you go over to the site and decide to purchase, please tell him that Tara from Hidden Lotus Tarot sent you. He gave me a great compliment. He said he watched his sun sign reading for the month of August and found it to be very insightful, which I thought was great. So it was a win-win all the way around. So I do have the Prisma Visions Tarot deck here with me. I have the Sibilas, and I also have the Neapolitans in case we need further clarification. We're going to do a Hidden Lotus spread. We're going to try that. Oh, well, with this deck. The Chariot has just flown out of the deck. So we're going to put that to the side here. There it is. Okay. I'm sorry. Look, if you can't really see the images, it's not the deck. It's my crappy ass camera. Okay. There's a camera built into this laptop here, but it's really not worth the effort that they made to build it in. So I have an external camera. So just know it's not the deck. I can tell you that for myself, not on edge. I'm a little, and not anxious and hesitant. I don't know. It's just a strange feeling that I have. I just came out of meditation to try to settle my energies. But indeed, we're going to see what the cards have to tell us. So, here we go. The Hidden Lotus spread. This is for the upcoming week to 2 weeks of the Uranus retrograde for 2016. Now, I'll be back tomorrow with a Mercury retrograde, and then there's the full moon. I mean, the new moon is coming up on the 2nd. So we got a lot of stuff going on. You know, I've been seeing a lot of swords here. A lot of swords have been coming out. It's kind of like it's telling me the same story over and over again. It ends with the Four of Wands. Okay? And there are two wands together here. And then the two wands, they're separated, but one is leaning in towards the other. And they're all joined by this garland of flowers. And as we know, fours, excuse me, excuse me, jeez. Fours speak to stability. Okay, I don't have any repeater numbers here. And in the spread itself, I have two major arcana cards. I have 3 pentacles, 2 chalices, a wands, and 2 swords. Now, let me get a feeling to see what the cards are trying to tell me here. Right in the center, our focus card is the 7 of Swords. For some of you, the upcoming week to 2 weeks, you're going to feel extremely isolated. Kind of shut off. There could be, there are or will be some things that you will be calling into question. For some of you, this has to do with, I have a King of Wands, so this is a fire sign, male here. The energy is distinctly male. There could be some things that you don't quite understand. Maybe you yourself are hiding things. Maybe the other person is hiding some things. I have this diagonal here from left to right of the Moon, the 7 of Swords, and the 2 of Pentacles. To me, this speaks of, again, hidden things, and not knowing really which direction you should go or you should take. There's a boat here. Okay, and this represents taking a journey. Indeed, it could be a journey into dark places. It could also be a journey, a deep emotional journey, a deep psychological journey. This is a highly emotional time, is what I'm getting. And the 2 of Pentacles, we have where you're going to feel off balance. Even though everything else around you in the physical plane may be just as it should be, there's going to be some type of juggling or imbalance. Maybe some of you are struggling with, because it is a Pentacles, you are struggling with trying to find a balance between the material world and the spiritual world. And indeed, some of you may be simply fence sitting, okay? Not making a decision and not contemplating, just contemplating. But I definitely feel that they're here with the 7 of Swords, that there are some unknown, there are questions, and what I can see is that there have been arguments and fights and delays here with this King of Wands, okay? And indeed, there may have been some lies perpetrated or some deceptions perpetrated here. I don't know if this is you. I don't know if this is this King of Wands. But it kind of speaks to like there's a time of waiting. There's a time of waiting to see what is going to transpire. We do know that the swords represent communications and thoughts, but also the Moon can speak to your intuition, and perhaps here coupled with the Hierophant, This is your intuition coming into play. So perhaps your intuition is telling you that there's more information needed, that you're not seeing the whole picture, that even you yourself may be holding back in terms of expressing the way that you feel. Now, right down the center, the Hierophant, the Seven of Swords, and the Six of Chalices. With the Seven of Swords in the center, it's as if the cards are saying there's a healing that needs to take place. This is definite, but there's a secret that needs to be unlocked in order for this healing to occur, the Six of Chalices. What's beautiful are these cross cards here. I have the Hierophant, the Ten of Chalices, the Six of Chalices, and the Three of Pentacles. So what this tells me is that I do indeed feel that this is surrounding the home life. There could be children involved. We have the Five of Swords here. We also have two children sitting in a tree with the Ten of Chalices. This is two people, two children facing each other. This can indicate, to me, it kind of speaks to having the childlike nature or the childlike wonder or the childlike hope of having some type of something long-term and built up, perhaps feeling a bit naive in that, but nevertheless there's a healing coming about through this. And I was speaking the other day about this Three of Pentacles. What this tells me is that this guy has been working, he's building this wall all on his own, okay? And this is someone who's been working very, very hard, very, very diligently. But nevertheless, the tree does imply that it is a time for you to consider joining forces or having someone come in to help you. So maybe this is a relationship issue in the sense where perhaps you've met someone who may be of a fire sign, and the inklings are there that this could be something wonderful or something great, okay? But we still have this Seven of Swords sitting in the center of the spread. Now, the four corner cards here, the King of Wands and the Two of Pentacles, this implies to me as well, the cards are saying that this king, and you can't really see the imagery very well thanks to my crappy camera, but this king is arising from these ashes. I don't know if you can see his little crown up there, but that's the figure of him, and he's caught up in these tendrils of fire. So what this tells me is that this person themselves are also going through some type of purging. Okay, it could be, this could be a purging that is happening, something that is going to be necessary in order to gain some balance here, that through the purging or through the catching up in emotions and desires, there's a healing trying to come about. But yet and still, even the Seven of Swords can speak to me of fear. The imagery is, the guy is tiptoeing. He's tiptoeing through the snow. And he's wearing a mask, okay? He's not fully faced. So this is not being able to get in touch with your emotions, not showing your emotions, and this could be for both parties involved. I have three water cards here. The Moon, the 10, and the 6. I have three Earth cards here. The Hierophant, the Three of Pentacles, and the Two of Pentacles. And as we can see, there has been a loss here. The Five of Swords. There are only three people in this particular spread. So this could literally be that someone is trying to come to grips with a past relationship, or damage done through a past relationship, emotional damage, psychological damage. And they are working hard on rebuilding an emotional or psychological stability here. But yet the timing perhaps is not quite right, because as we can see, the person is kind of fence-sitting. They're not exactly sure what they should be doing. So they're just trying to maintain whatever they've got going on. So to me, this Four of Wands is not only speaking to a stability, but it speaks to a stalemate. It's as if the cards are saying that things were going forward suddenly, okay, or smoothly. It was through careful focus, careful determination. Maybe there was a crafting of or somewhat like a scripting of how things were supposed to go, what was to be expected, what was not to be expected, not to project things out, because even the moon can speak to the projection of fears or the projection of emotions, let's put it that way. And I would say that, yes, indeed, this is true because it comes with the Hierophant. This is a projection of, this is water and earth coming together. And water and earth, the earth can either dam up and hold the water and contain it, or the water can come in and wash over it and create mud. Okay. And so this is the two opposing forces here. And perhaps this is why there have been fights and arguments. Now, we do know that the 5 speak to, in the past, this was outside influences, but now the focus is the inner because it's a 7. So what I'm going to do now, I spoke earlier, I don't know which reading it was, but there's a stop-start energy here. I don't see anything surprising coming along. I don't see, and maybe that might be what the shock is. Maybe the shock or the surprise or the unexpected event is that on the surface it appears that nothing is happening and that there has been some type of misunderstanding or miscommunication, but this is from the inside. It's not from the outside. This is going to be either with both you, whomever this situation may resonate with. It is definitely attached to this King of Wands, so it could even be the King of Wands, and there has been an escalation thus far. So perhaps the person has been able to contain the outside interruptions and influences, yes? And so now there is an internal conflict going on. This could even simply be the person is questioning whether or not they themselves are deceiving themselves about the situation. So let's take a look. I want to take a look and see what this 7 of Swords is trying to say to us. I simply think that this is, I don't want to say a fearful time, but it is a time in which I think people, the energy is such with the Pluto retrograde, the Neptune retrograde. And remember, the moon does represent, it represents Pisces, and Pisces is ruled by Neptune. And Neptune, yes, it is in retrograde, but at the same time, and maybe that's why this 2 of Pentacles has come out, because there's some form of clarity, but not the clarity that is really, really needed. And so you're going to be feeling isolated, and it has the sense of going through the motions, but feeling very bewildered and very lost is what the feeling is. And the Hierophant is coming in to try to offer some type of protection while you go through this, because there's a healing that is to come out of this. Okay, and there are definitely going to have to be decisions made. You can't sit on the fence forever. And whatever arguments that have occurred, and this is the future, so I would say within the next week to 2 weeks, and we do know that Mercury goes retrograde tomorrow. This could be delays in communications. It could be misunderstandings. It could be lost emails, lost text messages, not being able to get your point across, even if you are face to face. And I say that because we have this card of the 2 children face to face here. But nevertheless, having at some point the determination to just, and maybe what is needed is simply to just go it alone, as if the cards are saying there's nothing you can do to help the person and there's nothing the person can do to help you. This is simply something you're going to have to build upon your own. And here, I think there's a fear here with this King of Wands, the Moon, or something unseen about what the person already has built up here. This person could be a successful person, an entrepreneur, a business person, someone who's very passionate. They don't even have to be a fire sign. They could be, this could be with the outside influences, the Five of Swords. This could be simply their work coming into play. So they're really trying to focus on what it is they're trying to do. Let's say having a lot of irons in the fire, because we can see the king there is wrapped up in all of these tendrils of fire here. As if the cards are saying in the past, the outside influences is what was came into play for this Ten of Chalices. To me, this is the extended family card. So maybe the person is having to figure out, you know, what, maybe there's some issues going on in the family. It could be financial issues. It could be arguments, property over property. We do have these two walls here, like fences and property lines. But I'm perplexed by the 7. And here we have the Moon, the Five of Swords, and the Six of Chalices, as if the cards are saying that there is really a fear that outside influences may come in and I don't know, it's creating a lot of inner conflict. So this healing at the moment is not as it should be. It's coming, it's on the precipice, but it hasn't arrived yet. Then I have the Hierophant, the King of Wands, and the Two of Pentacles. And this is definitely someone who is trying to access really what they should be doing. And they perhaps are asking for signs, trying to access their intuition. Because here there could be some fears about building what this Ten of Chalices really is going to mean. It sits underneath the Moon. Maybe there were some deceptions in the past for this king. And this is what is giving him pause. Let's take a look at the Seven of Swords quickly. Yes. There was oh, 4 cards have come out. The 4 cards are the Yardro, the Casa, the Limoneo, and the Disgrazia. As I was saying, there may have been some deceptions and some past emotional pain, mental pain, because the Limoneo has come out. This also speaks to spiritual nature. So this is really an issue of, again, trying to bring the material in with the spiritual. You know, what is right and what is wrong? How can I make the choice that's going to best feed my soul? I've been hurt in the past. I've been lied to in the past. I've been taken advantage of in the past. I'm wondering if it's going to happen to me again. I don't know. This could even have spoken to perhaps a divorce happening. One that perhaps the person did not see themselves. Maybe they were so wrapped up in what they were doing that maybe that the couple grew apart. But there is definitely some emotional deception and deceit here. Let's take a look at the Moon card. This brought about the ending of, with this Casa Limoneo. So there was a definite change, a splitting up, a breaking up, a divorce that came about. And maybe the person's still struggling with that. The Moon card. Now, as I was saying, I think it started with this. This is something trying to move forward. But the moon comes in to say, you know, wait a minute, this could be, in the past, when I moved forward, it turned out to be the shit for me. The melancholia, I'm still trying to get over this. Giovani fanciulla. But I'm feeling some new emotions coming in. My spirit is starting to rise again, or to come alive. I am being purified through the fire. I'm going to have to go through all of the shit I've got to go through in order to come out on the other side. I want to take a look at the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords. Outside influences, but at the same time, and someone being isolated. I think the person was surprised. They were surprised by a gift coming in to them in the midst of all of this, maybe in the midst of trying to regain their emotional balance back, healing them. So remember I said this speaks to a healing, of trying to heal themselves. I'm surprised the Temperance didn't come out. And not being able at the time, because this is the past row here, at the time not being able to accept this new thing. These are positive cards. There were a lot of outside influences, so this could even still speak to there's some unfinished business that needs to occur. Most definitely there's a healing here that needs to come in. Let's take a look at the Two of Pentacles and what this tells us. This is someone trying to decide whether or not what they want to do will be successful. It also speaks to me of them doing something kind of behind the scenes, as if the cards are saying they're trying to decide whether or not they want to show you the cards. They've been holding, they're keeping things very, very close to the breast. So there are things occurring that you don't see. Again, we're speaking to the Seven of Swords and the Moon card. And they're trying to gain their balance on this. So maybe they've gotten all of the external things set, so to speak. There may be still a few other things. They've got some more stuff they've got to work on. Okay. And then once they do, there's a decision that needs to be made here. Okay. So there's definitely something going on behind the scenes here. Now, I want to look at the Four of Wands, because this to me reads like a stalemate. Well, I still say it's a stalemate. In the past, communications and passion, but this is something where the two people weren't together. So what this tells me is that these people are separated right now. There has been a meeting between them, a reunion, and this has brought about happiness, I would say, for this King of Wands. And maybe this is what the surprise was, that the person, remember I said it's like they're being carried away by passion and desire. It is like a purging. So the person is in the space of purging right now. With the Four of Wands, the Four of Wands is telling me that this is a stable situation, but yet it can't go any further right now. I don't think the timing is right. Let me pull and ask that, is the timing, will there be a wait? Any ace that comes out will tell us that this, yes, there's a wait. There's a wait here. But the foundations for this Reunione and the Allegrezza al Cuore are there. that even if you're not hearing from the person right now, the stanza, you're separated from the person, the foundations, if they have not been laid, are being laid. Are we waiting? Now we have a Four of Swords. We have a King of Swords. And we have an Ace of Cups. Remember I said any ace is a yes, and this is a yes. This is a wait. It's a wait because the person has to, as I say, they've got the Four of Swords. They have to come to grips with their own thoughts about this. And so now the person is in the space, King of Wands, but now they're mentally in the space of the King of Swords. Someone who may have completely pulled away, and you're not hearing from this person. Whether this is same-sex or heterosexual, okay? Whomever's going to take the role of this King of Wands, this Fire King here. But yes, there is a wait. There's the Ace of Cups, as if the cards are saying this will go through, but there's a wait. Now, what I want to see is what is underneath here. The Sun. It is the Sun. And although there is no sun depicted in this picture, what you do see is a melting of things, as if whatever was frozen is thawed out. It speaks to the colors are melting, and it's like a rainbow. It is the blending of everything. It is the it is a return to the original state spiritually. It is a dissolving. It is a purge. That's what I have for you for the Uranus retrograde for the next week to 2 weeks. I hope that helped. And until tomorrow, namaste.